Today's topic is orientation jaw relations. Now, all you are supposed to know in this topic, which is first of all the definition. You know what are the definition of jaw relations? How jaw relations are classified into three types. That is orientation, vertical, horizontal. Right? Now, what are the anatomical considerations? That is, when you come across orientation jaw relation, it is something. Anybody? The anatomical landmarks are going to be very important. Now, you should know the TMJ. That is your TMJ means? Very good. So the types I told you, we have three types. One is orientation, one is vertical, and one is horizontal. So in horizontal, you have two different types. That is centric and eccentric. And again in that you have right lateral, left lateral. Right? Then most important, you should know the methods for recording it. Methods of how are the different methods you record it. It's nothing like you place it and the record. No. It's you who are asking the patient, guiding the patient and then recording. Then materials used for it. And what are the equipment or the articles used for it. And most important you are supposed to know is what happens. What happens if you do a wrong recording or an improper. Okay? Mounting onto the articulator. Once the entire thing is ready, then you transfer the entire thing onto the articulator and then go ahead. The condyle rods of the face spoke inserted into the condyle shaft and center. You have an articulator, right? Where it's going to represent the entire data of whatever you collected from the patient. You have taken the recording. You are transferring out. You are transferring it out onto the articulator. While using this kinematic face code, the condyle shaft is extended into the style. Now raise the face code to adjust the lower waist line. Now whatever you are recording after the clinical, you are having a orientation what you did onto the patient. Same thing, take it out, listen the articulator and set it. Once you set it, then next you are going to see the occlusal plane. Now support the cast, maxillary cast. Again it has a holder to support the maxillary cast. And once you close the articulator, then you mount, like how you do the mounting, you mount the articulator and then transfer it on and re-verify whether everything is stable. Now this picture will give you a better image. Now you have articulator, you have the face code transfer and then supported here now holding the maxillary and then you have a mounting. Are you getting an idea what is happening here? Now you have a stand here again support involved particularly in this relation. That's head of the condyle. Okay? And the glenoid fossa. Fine? So again as a temporomandibular joint, specifically this because it's all working here and it's all related to this joint. Then you are supposed to know the relationship of the maxilla and mandible. Temporomandibular joint. The occlusal surfaces of the parts of the teeth which are going to coincide. Then occlusion of the artificial teeth which you set. Okay? Now whatever you set is going to be in harmony with these structures. If there is any misharmony, then it's not going to stabilize. Then disparity in centric relation, centric occlusion. Now can anyone explain to me or just tell me what is centric relation? Anybody? Who I think all of you have been doing patients, right? Centric relation.
Relationship of maxilla to mandible in the posterior most
Yes.
position in glenoid fossa.
Yeah. Fine. Very good. So its basic idea is you have it's the most retrograde, most relaxed, most posterior position of the mandible to the maxilla. Simple, right? It's nothing. Again, that's a bone to bone goes again and again the same relation. That is why it is repeatable, that's why it is recordable again and again. You got an idea of what I am talking about? Now, normally, in your natural dentition when the patient presents to you, you should understand this bone-to-bone relation as I said. Now see, this is so unique that you have this relation achieved with the patient. Only thing is your clinical skill the operator skill to record it and understand it. Okay? It is repeatable, recordable and reproducible. It means that any number of times, it's a simple relation, like you swallow and close. All of you do this. It's one relation. Your mandible automatically falls backwards. Have you tried this? You do it 5 times. You don't get 5 different relations. You have the same relation. Right? In the absence of the teeth, we are talking. That is, in the absence of the teeth. No pressure. That is in the presence or absence of the teeth. Then restoration of function and most important, the comfort of the patient. Now, as I told in the beginning, these 3 types are the main classification of jaw relation. There are different types: orientation, vertical, horizontal. And in horizontal we have centric, eccentric relation. In eccentric you have the protrusive, the right lateral, and the left lateral. If you ask me what is protrusive, I am sure all of you have an idea of what is these 3 now. Yes? Good. Centric, you know what is it. Anything other than this is this relation. Anything differing from the centric is eccentric. What is protrusive? That is when the mandible moves outside or forward and touches. Okay, that's your protrusive relation. In the same way, you have right and the left lateral. Any difficulties still now? Okay. The mandible can rotate in a sagittal plane around an imaginary transverse axis, passing through the or near the condyles. Passing through or near the condyles. So we are all trying to locate this region with the help of a Facebook. Now coming to what is a Facebook. Now this is an instrument basically that's used to record the spatial relationship of the maxillary arch to some anatomical reference point. That is, we are locating this, the maxilla, to some anatomical reference point and then transfer this relationship onto the articulate. First you place it, you locate it, you orient it to all the landmarks. Why I say landmarks? Because they are the ones which are going to remain stable in your lifetime. You have seen a skull? All of you? Yes? Have you seen or not? You see the foramens?
Yes.
Are they changing from the time of birth to death? Is that same? So you try to view foramens or whatever reference point which you are taking, you are using them. So they remain static throughout the life. And that is the relationship you are trying to record. And then reposition it on the articulator, trying to go very close to the relationship of what the patient had during his dentition. Okay? Now, the same thing when we transfer it, it orients the dental cast. Right? So that you know this is a locking point where this stabilizes it. You have a locking device and then the orbital pointer. This is a pointer which orients and takes some stable landmark whichever is been selected. Right? Normally it's an infraorbital point. Now we have classification of the space scope. Arbitrary type, kinematic type. Okay. Now we have a brief layout of this. What is arbitrary, what is kinematic space scope. Now before that, again in arbitrary we have 2 different types. One is the fascia type, one is the earpiece type. Okay. These are again I am moving slowly into the depth, into classification breaking down. That's the fascia type, that's the earpiece type. Okay. So I will again come back to these details as we speak on that, but let me go slowly, dividing, explaining each one what is it. Now coming to arbitrary and kinematic space scope. You should know the difference between each one, what is it. First one, this is attached to the maxillary arch. Now what is attached? The bifocals. Okay, I showed you in the parts, the devices. Now here, this is attached to the mandibular arch. Now, here the condylar rods which get into the condyles are blunt. Whereas in the other one, this is sharp and thin pointed. This approximates the transverse hinge axis. That is, it's around it. Tries to locate it around a radius of 5 mm. Whereas this accurately locates the rim circle with say conventional like how we make with the back. Take it and you have a tentative jaw relation that's already established on the face. Tentative means you know, clinically you take it there, you set the maxillary visibility, the occlusal plane, everything is corrected. Then just tentative. Okay. Once you do that, take it out. Then you take the bite fork from the thumb and attach it. Make sure the midline is marked correctly, and on this also you have a small marking here. Okay, that marking should correlate to the midline, and then you insert it and you attach it. This image is not very clear, but whatever I am speaking here, you can have an idea what is happening here. Is it? Are you having a arbitrary idea now? Yes. So this gets attached onto the maxillary occlusal rim. The midline is coinciding, and then this is ready now. Once you do that, place it onto the patient. The patient and stabilize it, because sometimes it droops down. You ask or you hold it, or you ask the patient to hold it. Once you do that, then you take the external U-shaped frame, attach it, and then you take something called orbital pointer effect. You already had attached the bite fork. Can you see this? Then this comes and locks here. Then you have a orbital pointer, and this orbital pointer is here below the orbit. You can take slowly. You have a notch infra